What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Centerman here. So, this is my review of Raw's War for the 13th of October 1997. This show was in Topeka. It starts with Vince McMahon interviewing Bret Hart. Out comes out Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart, the WWF champion, the Intercontinental champion Owen Hart, and Jim the Anfield Neidhart. No British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith on the show for whatever reason. So Finn's interviewing Bret about Shawn Michaels leading up to their match at Survivor Series that year, and also talking about Bret's match with Triple H the previous week. So Bret is about to say something. Out comes DX on the Titantron, the European champion Shawn Michaels, Triple H, China, and ravishing Rick Rude. Shawn with a good line. He said before Bret put the crowd in a sleeper hold and make people go to sleep. That was a good line. It's basically referring to Bret that he's boring, he's got no charisma. He said like he's old, he's jerking his curtains. And he said like, I beat you, I beat your brother, I beat your brother-in-laws, referring to Jim the Anvil Neidhart and yeah, and the British Bulldog, David Boy Smith. And before that, he showed like a footage. Oh yeah, also he said like facing you at your neck of the woods, referring he's gonna face Bret in his home country of Canada. Anyway, so he showed like a footage of the previous week's Raw, the main event between Bret Hart and Triple H. You got Shawn basically putting the Canadian flag up his nose, basically bashing Canadians. You're not gonna see someone in today's professional wrestling product, whether it's WWE or AEW, bashing a nation, like wiping like their face on a flag, whether it's the American flag, the Canadian flag, the British flag, French flag, you name it. The last time they like someone did this angle of someone like bashing a nation is the Big Show in his feud with Rusev in 2014 when like Big Show pulled down the Russian flag. That really pissed off the people of Russia. Yeah, you're not gonna see that ever again of someone who bashing a nation. You're not gonna see that. We're in this sensitive era, PC. Anyway, so he said like he's gonna. It already beat Bret for that stupid piece of tin, referring to the WWF Championship that was at WrestleMania 12 in an Iron Man match. So he's gonna say he's gonna beat him for that stupid piece of tin again. And like I said, he beat not just him, his brother, his brother-in-laws, and I think he talked. It said I think he didn't name drop like Stu and Helen, like talking shit towards his parents. And also with Triple H, he said like I beat you so badly, like my arm is still killing me. And anyway, so Brett kind of challenged, he kind of challenged. He called Triple H and Shawn Michaels degenerates, and Triple H is joking around. I was like, "Oh, I'll take you on. Wait a minute, I already beat you." And Shawn with that line, yeah, Shawn. Oh yeah, Triple H said like, I'm better than you. I'm bigger than you. I think he said I'm much tougher than you, something like that. You say much younger than you because it's funny. It's funny. Bret's 40 at that time in 1997, so he's not that fucking old. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, Bret, he challenged the X to come to the ring. Anyway, so yeah, basically Shawn Michaels says, he said like, we're D Generation X, you make the rules, and we will break them. And then we got the Nation of Domination, Farouk, Rocky Maivia, the future Rock, Karma Mustafa, the future Godfather, and D'Lo Brown. Then you got DX coming down as well, and we got the first match of the night. So the first match of the night, we got Owen Hart taking on Karma Mustafa, the future Godfather. By the way, so it was just a heel versus heel match. And before I get to this match, Bret had like a cheer reaction, a little bit, even though he's a heel. Anyway, so you got members of DX, on commentary. snatching the headphones from Vince McMahon and Jim Ross, and their commentary is fucking good. And also, they're also talking shit, talking more trash of Owen Hart. Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation. Yeah, I feel like towards Owen Hart says, oh, he never pays pay attention. He's a second generation superstar or second generation wrestler. You never pay attention or never learn from the first generation. And also, they talk shit towards Bret Owens' dad Stu said like his mind and brain doesn't know it. And when he walks the streets of Calgary, he acts like he's still alive for God's sakes. Anyway, so he said like for Owen like typical Owen Hart match, still fighting. So I can't remember the lines. Triple H is always laying on his back, and taking shots at Bret. I think he called him Mister Charismatic. Sean says, I think he's like, oh yeah, Triple H called Bret Hart. He's the droopy of the WWF, and Sean says, he's was he a puppy wearing, jeans wearing, shoulder shrugging, nothing happening, boring SOB, but he's still the WWF champion because at the time we're still in the middle of the real life rivalry between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. So I like the rivalry. I like this like DX on commentary. The match between Owen and Kama, I didn't really pay attention to it. I don't think it's that great of a match. It's really funny. Owen ended up being part of the Nation the following year in 1998. So anyway, I just like the DX on commentary, and also they, Sean shut down Jerry the King Lawler. Said about like, I used to call the shots when I worked in your company, referring to I never knew Sean worked in Memphis, in the Memphis territory. He told him to shut his mouth, or I let China smack you. China did smack Lawler, but he didn't like smack Lawler hard. It's just a gentle smack. He took his headphones. You get Rick Rude on wearing the headphones as well. They're eating bananas. So Sean trying to egg Bret Hart, Bret trying to go after DX, but they got beaten down by the Nation of Domination. They're actually in a disqualification. It's just furthering up the rivalry between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. But yeah, the build up to Survivor Series is more between the Hart Foundation and the Nation of Domination. That's in that direction. So anyway, that was it. I like DX on commentary. They were funny. Yeah, they were taking shots of the Hart Foundation, mostly Owen and Bret Hart, not with Neidhart. I wish they just take shots of Neidhart as well. Add more bite to them. But that's just me. So anyway, um, the LOD thing, I'll talk about it when I get to the main event. So anyway, the next match. So the next match, this is a rematch from Bad Blood. We got Tarantula and Mosaic taking on Max Mini and Nova. I do not give a crap about this. Hope it's the last one because it didn't really serve a purpose. It's just basically just Vince and the WWF basically taking shots of WCW's cruiserweights, the luchadors. Like I said, guys like Rey Mysterio, Juventud Guerrero, La Parca, Psychosis, any luchadors working with WCW at the time, Eddie Guerrero. That's just it. They never give a shit about this junior division. It's a load of crap. Anyway, so in the end, Max Mini and Nova got the victory. I think Max Mini or Nova, I think it's Max Mini, rolled up Tarantula or Mosaic for the win. So anyway, originally it was supposed to be, and also we got this adverts. We got these the Survivor Series super sweepstakes. And then later on the show we got Sable with Classy Freddy Blassie. It's just promoting laser tag guns. And the reason why I not wrote it down didn't really serve a purpose. So anyway, the next match originally it was supposed to be Shawn Michaels versus Flash Funk. Unfortunately, he got attacked by Kane. Kane just chokeslam Flash Funk twice and hit him with the Tombstone Power Driver. Paul Bearer says, words speaks. What was it? Picture speaks 1,000 words. He said about Undertaker. I think it's like everything you dreams. We're gonna take anything. We're gonna take it all. Everything you achieve. I think he said we're gonna take it all. We'll stroll through the WWF. We're gonna destroy every wrestlers in Kane's path until he meets his brother. Undertaker, you'll never rest in peace. Ashes to ashes, and that was it. So nothing really special. It's just building up to this rivalry between Undertaker and Kane. Really good. Um, so yeah, let's moving on to the next match. So the next match we got DOA. Represent DOA. We got was it 8 in Skull Ball? Was it 8? No, 8 and Skull and 8 Ball. My apologies. Tongue twisting moment. So yeah, we got 8. Yeah, we got 8 Ball and Skull taking on two members of the Truth Commission with the Jackal. So the Truth Commission, you got the Jackal, that is the future Cyrus the Virus in ECW. Right now is Don Callis, who used to work in New Japan, Impact Wrestling. I don't know, is he still part of AEW? Because I don't know, is Kenny Omega still? I don't know, Kenny Omega. Not too sure Kenny Omega returned. It's been a long time since we see Kenny Omega. Anyway, so you got the Jackal, we got Recon, that's Bolt Buchanan, future lackey of the Big Boss Man, future member of the Writer Center group in the Attitude Era in the year 2000, and also the future Beast Square, the future bodyguard of John Cena, and also we got Recon. Yeah, no, Recon is Bull Buchanan. My apologies. We got the we got Sniper and the Interrogator. That's the future Kurgan. Match sucked. I did not give a shit. The True Commission group is shit. I get they're from South Africa, and also in the pre match promo with the Jackal, he doesn't speak in a South African accent. He speaks in his normal accent. Says it's just what it is. This whole fucking Truth Commission thing is shit. This whole faction warfare, folks. Who come up with this whole faction warfare? Vince Russo. Vince Russo. Anyway, the match ended in disqualification. It just set up their match of Survivor Series, DOA versus the Truth Commission. I'm glad the Truth Commission was gone. Didn't really serve a purpose. I don't know whatever reason why it's never served a purpose. You got one anti-American faction of the Hart Foundation. Now we got this with the Truth Commission. I don't get it. Let's move on. So the next segment we got Vince McMahon and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So Austin is about to sign the reinstatement clause that if he gets attacked, he gets injured. I'm guessing he cannot sue because you can tell Austin's neck you can tell he's cleared. He's not actually literally broke his neck, because if you're broken up properly, you end up being paralyzed or dead. But Austin, he was haven't wrestled since Owen Hart at SummerSlam, so he wrote down he decided to write down the position, and I'm guessing now he's got the he's got the match against Owen Hart at Survivor Series on the 9th of November 1997. Don't worry, folks, I will review Survivor Series 97 because this month of November is the 25th anniversary of Survivor Series 97. So anyway, Austin says there's something need to be finished. They're teasing like Austin's gonna stun Vince again, but instead they shake their hands, and anyway, so he brings up like the previous week's segment between him and Austin about, you're right, it's none of my business why you showed out bad blood. Austin says he had no business, he had no problems with Farouk and the Nation of Domination. He wants just Owen Hart and the Intercontinental Championship. So there out comes the Nation. And Austin said, I don't understand what he's saying. I was right. Farouk says something about like you cross a railroad tracks, you sacrifice yourself, blah blah blah. Farouk is not that great as a talker, man. I'm sorry. No disrespect the guy, Ron Simmons, he's just not a good talker, man. You just don't understand what he's saying. So Austin basically challenged one of the members of the nation to get in the ring, face him. Austin's gonna stud a mud hole in your ass. Anyway, so Rocky Maivia, set that challenge. Austin hit Rocky Maivia with a Stone Cold Stunner. It's funny that I think it's the first ever time they kind of collab one on one for the first time. Face each other in a non-match capacity, just in a segment like a sneak attack. It's funny like Austin and Rock, knowing that they're going to be the two biggest stars of the Attitude Era. Anyway, so yeah. Rock and Mafia got Stone Cold Stunner. Stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. So to end this segment between him and Vince McMahon, yeah, this is more leaning towards Austin and the Nation of Domination instead of Austin trying to get revenge on the guy who injured him. Like I said, you have to wait till my review of Survivor Series '97 for more information. So, this segment I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Yeah, Jim Cornette with his opinions. I'll get to this on. Oh no, actually no. I forgot this next match. My apologies. So the next match we got Tajiri taking on Brian Christopher. Tajiri, he appeared in a few months back. At the time, he's not over yet. Anyway, so the match between Tajiri and Brian Christopher, he was too sexy. Brian Christopher. The match, it was okay, but no one gives a shit. No one gives a shit. I won't say no one gives a shit. My apologies. I'm speaking too fast. I need a drink. My throat's a bit dry. No one gives a shit. It was quiet. No one react to him. No one react to Brian Christopher. I think he's annoying. He got over when he was part of Too Cool with Rikishi and Too Cool. Wasn't it? Sky Too Hotty. My apologies. But Tajiri, he got over in the evasion angle. Part of the evasion storyline when he's part of the alliance. Anyway, so it was an okay match. No one gives a shit. In the end, Brian Christopher got the victory. Rolled up Tajiri's trunks for the victory. And afterwards, Tajiri kind of kicked Brian Christopher out of the ring. You got Vince and JR like speculating that's Lawler's son. Everyone else. Of course, Brian Christopher is Lawler's son. It's really sad for him. He just died 4 years ago. It's a shame he died young. But he's not getting over. That's the problem. That's the really problem of this whole lightweight division. It never caught fire, man. They're trying to compete with WCW's cruiserweight division. The cruiserweight division is way better because of guys like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Juventud Guerrera, Chris Jericho. Those guys. Billy. There's like Psychosis. There's like Juventud Guerrera. Juventud Guerrera. Did Disco Inferno won the Cruiserweight Championship? Maybe. I'm not too sure. So, yeah, the light heavyweight division was not really never caught on. I think like the one person got relevant in that division was Taka Michinoku when he was the first light heavyweight division champion. My apologies, but besides that, it was never showcased and never give it some exposure. So, exposure. My apologies. It's getting late, man. Speaking too fast, but it's just what it is now. But it's just what Tajiri's not got over. Brian Christopher the same. They got over in the Attitude Era. We're not in the Attitude Era yet, so it's just what it is. You can say worst match of the night because of the crowd reaction. It's minimum. Oh well, actually not minimum. It's just no one gives a shit. The crowd cricket, just cricket. So anyway, so let's talk about this segment. Jim Cornette's opinion. We'll get to the opinion part afterwards. So he's bashing Phil Mushnick. So Mushnick, he bashing the wrestling fans. Basically don't want to watch WWF and ECW and WCW. Talk shit, talk shot. Basically Mushnick, he talk shots of Ted Turner. Something he should put WCW out of business. Can't predict the future. It went out of business in 2001. Trying to keep it short and simple, folks. He was the spearhead of the whole WWF, Vince McMahon, federal court steroid trial. He's trying to put him and Vince and the WWF out of business. And also recently he took shots of for WWF, blame WWF for the death of Brian Pillman. He kind of put Cornette kind of put it over Brian Pillman. I think because Cornette work. He's also a former WCW guy. I don't understand why he bashed his own company in the previous opinion segment from the previous week. Don't get it. So anyway, so he put over Brian Pillman. It's like he had the operations of throat cancer, competed in football, competed in professional wrestling. He had that was it vehicle accident that shattered his ankle. He ended this segment with Phil Mishnick. You need to go to hell. And also before the match between Tajiri and Brian Christopher, Lawler said to Vince, says, "What's your thoughts on Phil Mishnick?" And Vince just called Mishnick a miserable son of a bitch. I know they bleeped it out, but yeah, he's still alive to this day. He is known for bashing wrestling fans. I don't know much about him. I'm guessing he's a piece of shit. He's a columnist for the New York Post. I looked it up. So anyway, so let's talk about the next match. So the next match we got Savio Vega taking on Goldust. We got members of Los Boricuas. I don't know who they are. Don't care about them. I know it's Miguel Perez. Jose Estrada, Miguel Perez Jr., Jesus, I think. I can't remember. Jesus Costello. Fucking hell, these names, man. Jesus. Goldust with Marlena. This is the return of Marlena wearing the gold dress. Because they kind of go back to their own character because the previously she was part of was basically Brian Pillman's assistant, dressing up like a whore, wearing the I think it was a nose ring on her nose, but yeah, they kind of scrapped that because Brian Pillman died. Anyway, so the match was blah. It was okay-ish, but no one gives a fuck. Like I said, in the end, you had Marlena. I thought, Marlena. I think distract the referee, placing like her cigar into the ring. Goldust hit Savio Vega with a purse for the victory. That's out of his character because for months Goldust was a babyface. Now he's leaning heel. I'm guessing. So this has led to this is leading up to the whole divorce segment between Goldust and Terry Marlena. So I bet she's upset as well because Marlena and Brian Pillman had some history because they were a couple in WCW before Marlena Terry Reynolds end up dating and marrying Goldust. Dustin Reynolds or Dustin Rhodes marrying Dakota, and the rest is history. So yeah, I've been seeing Marlena back into her former character. There's like I said, in my review of Bad Blood '97, I think they were planned. I think they were maybe. I'm guessing the payoff they would have to. You're gonna have. I don't think having Marlena turning on Terry Reynolds. No, not having Marlena turning on Dustin Rhodes. My apologies. I don't think. I think they're gonna turn on Brian Pillman, and go back to managing Goldust and the rest of history. I'm guessing that's the original payoff, but I don't know because we're not gonna find out. So it's the shame that Brian Pillman dies. I'll get to my overall thoughts of 1997. I know it's before my time. Don't give me don't shoot the messenger. Don't rustle up some feathers. But I want to review it because 1997 looks like a good year for the company because of it's planting the seeds of the Attitude Era. So yeah, it was just no one gives a shit. It's Goldust got the victory. I think it's his first victory for ages. I don't think he won a match. I think he I think it was SummerSlam '97. I think it was SummerSlam '97. He won in August. He lost. He lost he lost to Brian Pillman at Ground Zero. And I don't think he was booked at One Night Only. Don't think he was booked at Bad Blood. Anyway, so let's talk about the next. Originally, the original next match was supposed to be Triple H versus the Patriot Dale Wilkes, but the Dale Wilkes waving his American flag. Out comes ravishing Rick Rude. He kind of throw hot coffee in the face of Dale Wilkes and hits him with the briefcase. It's a shame that he's not gonna hit him with a rude awakening. I know he cannot take a bump. He can still hit someone with a move, like great example, Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson cannot like take a bump, but he can still hit someone with a spine buster. He can still not go, but he can still hit someone with moves. But with Ravishing Rick Rude, he looks like he's super protected. Like like Paige, Greg's old Paige. When after the neck injury, she can having like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, doing the post match beatdowns. Paige can still hit someone with like the what's it called, the Rampage, and lock someone with the PTO. She can still do that, but I don't get it, man. So anyway, so after like I said, Rude throwed hot coffee in the face of Del Wilkes, hit him with the hit him with the briefcase, and also I forgot to mention this. It was blur out of my memory. After Flash Funk got attacked by Kane, Shawn Michaels self-proclaimed pinned pin Flash Funk. Triple H did the free count. China did the ring the bell, and then you got Rick Rude doing doing the ring announcing. He called him he called him the pecan of the WWF, and China shouted icon. That was kind of funny, but anyway, so Shawn Michaels did the post-match interview towards Triple H, and then out comes the commissioner of the WWF, Sergeant Slaughter. He said he had no. They don't show respect. He announced for Triple H, I have your replacement opponent. And also the holding the European title as a shield because of Sergeant Slaughter's spitting. And anyway, so he said like you don't show respect to me, the owner, and the announcers. And Shawn Michaels says, sure, we're gonna give him respect. And he said suck it. They kind of bleep out when Shawn said suck it. They did the crotch chop, and that was cool. You can tell the DX group. I kind of like it. I think they're kind of entertaining. That was mixed bag of Shawn turning heel, but man, looking back, I'm gonna change my opinion. I think this DX 1997 version, it was starting to get entertaining, and they're just joking around. They're just like, I think Shawn's in his 30s and Triple H is in his 20s. Acting like kids. Anyway, so Slaughter introduced Triple H's replacement opponent. That was Ahmed Johnson, but he got attacked by the Nation of Domination. They're trying to, I think they stepped on his injured hand, trying to break it. And then out comes the Legion of Doom and Ken Shamrock. I think this led up to a Survivor Series match. So let's get to the main event. So the main event, this is for the WWF Tag Team Championships. The Godwins with Cletus in the corner, taking on LOD. The beginning of this program, they're showing like they're hyping up, the Legion of Doom. That could be their final match. They're bringing up Paul Ellering. I think like they're putting over Paul Ellering. He's the success of LOD. He's the brain. We are the brawn. Bring up the previous matches, how they won the first championship at SummerSlam 1991. Referring to the WWF Tag Team Championships, and also their final appearance, the final match in their first run of the company. That was at SummerSlam 1992. That was when Hawk had the drug problems. They broke up, and then Animal did his version of Legion of Doom in Japan. If you know the story, I said in my review of SummerSlam 92. Go and watch it. It's on my classic WWE pay-per-view review playlist, and you probably found my review of SummerSlam 92. So, anyway, so they did this pre-match promo. First off, the Godwin said about they're we're the future. They're gone. Anyway, I'm trying to remember the promo that was forgettable. He said about this is our time. Their time was then. Yeah, their time is then. Our time is now. They're gonna be gone to the WWF. Animal said about we should have won the tag team titles against British Bulldog and Owen Hart in April, referring to I think it was Revenge of the Taker. That was the April In Your House show, and we're unlucky. We didn't. We said he said we're unlucky that if we didn't win the titles, we're gone. And with Hawk, he says we might be King of the Hills or Over the Hills. I'm trying to talking about the promo shortly. So this could be their final match of the company. This hyping us up. I don't know what the reason why they got the tag team titles in the first place. You get a shot at the tag team titles against the tag team champions. My apologies, against them for whatever reason. So it's just you're not gonna find episodes of Shotgun Saturday Night on the network. You have to find on YouTube. Unfortunately, so anyway, so let's talk about the main event. The Godwins with Cletus defending the WWF Tag Team Championships against LOD or the Road Warriors. Anyway, so this match, this sucked. I never liked the matches. They were okay, but it was fucking over. It was overbooked as shit. Referee bumps. Cletus got involved. They're gonna throw Animal into the still steps. My apologies. Still steps, selling the shoulder injury. He came back, and not selling the injury. I don't get it. I never like their matches, man. It's slow plotting and boring. So in the end, Cletus grabbed like a horseshoe. I think it was a horseshoe or some kind of foreign object, not the international object. That's referring to WCW and ECW's WCW and Ted Turner. They call it the international object, but I'll revert to trying to be like some kind of being like friendly or something. I don't want to get into it. So Cletus trying to hit I think it was Hawk or Animal with the horseshoe, but accidentally hit one of the Godwins. So in the end, Hawk or Animal, I think it was Hawk, hit like a clothesline, not the Doomsday Device, but this flying clothesline off the top rope onto one of the Godwins, pins him, and become the WWF Tag Team Champions for the second time. It was, in my opinion, I think it was too little too late at this moment in time, because I think they should have won the tag team titles in April when they beat when they beat Owen and Bulldog, but they did this bullshit schmaz, and outside interference. Yeah, you got referee bomb, outside interference. Do not give a shit. So yeah, it's good to see LOD won the tag team titles for the second time. The first time they won it was against, I think it was Demolition. No, it was the Nasty Boys at SummerSlam '91. They waited 6 whole years. Yeah, they won tag team titles in WCW the previous year in 1996. The Godwins win the tag team titles. Wow. So I'll get more about the Godwins afterwards. So they end up turning on Cletus. I think his nose was bleeding. I think he hit Cletus with the horseshoe. One of the Godwins twins saying like you should have hit him, and that was it. So this was the end of Cletus. His run in the WWF. That was a waste of time. He was gone and going over the span of a week. I think it was a span of 2 months or a month. It's just like waste of time. So the tag team division in the WWF, it's so crap. And the Godwins, I think the Hog Farmer gimmick is way ran its course. He ended up becoming Surf and Justice in the Attitude Era, using the real names and teaming up with Jeff Jarrett. But they're not over the shit. They're not that good workers. And it's basically, like 1996 versus they got relevant in 1998, but they style never click. They're just big dudes for the Road Warriors. It's more just about the neck injury at this moment in time, where like holding the Confederate flag. I'm guessing they're trying to get some heat, but it didn't work, and they should have. The end of Cletus's run, he was gone, and and I think 1 year later, I think it was Henry left the company, And then and Phineas became Midian, be part of the Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness, and the rest of history, and ended up becoming Naked Midian in the year 2000. In those Attitude eras, it's just like, yeah, it was a pointless title reign for the Godwins. They won the titles at Bad Blood and lost the tag team titles to the Legion of Doom on this show. The 13th of October's episode of Monday Night Raw. Yeah, the tag team division in the WWF was shit compared to WCW. WCW had a good tag team division. You know, you got tag teams like the Steiners, Holland Heat, the Outsiders. Um, I don't was it Barbarian Haku? Give me a fucking break. Anyway, don't know about the don't know about the Blue Bloods. That's Lord Stephen Regal and Earl Robert Eaton. Yeah, I think at this moment in time, WCW had a really established tag team division compared to the WWF. You know, you got like transformation tag teams. You got Godwins of shit. Why they should have kept the tag team titles on the head banners, but they're only there because Austin cannot compete in that fatal four-way tag team match at Ground Zero for the titles. So yeah, and then I think they ended up dropping the titles. I think it was a month later to the New Age Outlaws, and then they ended up becoming a popular tag team of that era. It was the Attitude era, and then they got better. They got the tag team division got better in the next couple of years, having tag teams like Edge and Christian, APA, you know, the Acolytes, the Dudleys, the Hardy Boys, TNA, Tess and Albert, and yeah, so um, this isn't. I call it a bang average Raw, man. Not a good Raw, man. It's still shitty. You know, I like I like DX. The only good bright spot of this Raw. They do not save this show for whatever reason. You know, I like them on commentary. I like, you know, it's just like I just like him. You know, it's my biased opinion. Some people find DX on three segments in one show really brought this downwards, but no, I really like it. You know, I like Gene Cornette's promo on bashing Phil Mushnick, but besides that, matches not so much. So yeah, LOD winning the tag team titles, cool, but the matches suck. So anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my review of Monday Night Raw for the 13th of October, 1997. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, smash that button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the channel, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later, guys.